You've been manifesting your entire life. But what if I told you right now you might be blocking every single thing you've ever asked the universe for? Sounds crazy, right? You visualize, you affirm, you believe, but somehow nothing really changes. Why? Because there's a quantum secret no one ever told you. And once you understand it, your entire reality starts shifting, instantly. Let's start with something mind-blowing. Every thought you have sends out an energetic signal into the quantum field, the invisible ocean of possibilities that surrounds you right now. Scientists call it the unified field. Mystics call it consciousness. But it's the same thing. Every emotion, every belief, every mental image, it's data. And this field responds not to what you want, but to what you are. You say, I want abundance, but inside, you feel lack. You say, I want love. But deep down, you fear rejection. That's the conflict. That's the invisible wall between you and your manifestation. The quantum field doesn't judge. It simply mirrors back the signal you broadcast. And here's the painful truth. Most people are unconsciously transmitting the opposite of what they desire. Think about it. You can't outthink your frequency. You can't lie to the field. If your subconscious is running on fear, unworthiness, or scarcity, you're literally collapsing the wrong waveforms into your experience. You're magnetizing what you don't want. This isn't just positive thinking. This is physics. The observer effect proves that observation, focused attention, influences particles. In other words, your perception creates matter. Your state of being decides what shows up. But here's the crazy part. You've been conditioned to believe that trying harder brings results. So you push, you chase, you force. And the more you do that, the more resistance you create. Why? Because the act of trying is an admission that you don't already have it. You're declaring separation from the thing you desire. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to coherence, and when your thoughts, emotions, and energy align perfectly with the frequency of the outcome. Let's test this in real life. Think of a time when something you wanted just happened effortlessly. Maybe you thought of a person and they called. Maybe you wished for an opportunity and it appeared the next day. That wasn't luck. That was alignment. Your energy, your emotion, your expectation, they synced up. The universe didn't give it to you. You tuned into it. Just like a radio, you weren't creating the music. You were finally on the right station. But here's what blocks most people. Attachment. The moment you need something, you tell the universe you don't have it. The signal becomes distorted by fear, impatience, or doubt. You start checking, worrying, analyzing. Why isn't it here yet? That energy kills coherence. It's like screaming your desire through static. And the universe, this quantum field of infinite precision, only understands clear frequencies. Now, here's the twist no one talks about. Your subconscious mind is the transmitter. 95% of your reality is shaped by unconscious programs running beneath awareness. Beliefs formed by your childhood, your environment, your trauma. You can say affirmations all day, but if your subconscious doesn't believe them, you're just decorating a locked door. You've got to change the vibration, not the vocabulary. So how do you unlock it? By feeling it now. Emotion is the access key to the quantum field. When you can feel gratitude, love, and certainty before the physical evidence appears, you collapse new probabilities into form. You become the cause, not the effect. The universe isn't outside you. It's responding through you. Every cell in your body is an antenna. Every thought is a tuning fork. Think about this. Your heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than your brain's. That means emotion outweighs logic in creation. When your heart and mind agree, boom, the quantum field rearranges itself. Time, coincidence, luck. They bend around your coherence. That's not magic. That's resonance. But wait, most people never reach that state because they're addicted to their old emotional patterns. They wake up and immediately re-download yesterday's thoughts, yesterday's worries, yesterday's limitations. They live from memory, not imagination. And memory equals matter. It recreates the same past over and over. That's why your future looks like your yesterday. If you truly want to manifest differently, you must become someone new in the present moment. Not when you get the thing. Now. You've got to break the habit of being the person who's waiting. Every time you say, "I'll be happy when it happens," you delay the timeline. The quantum field listens to your energy and says, "Okay," they want to wait. The real secret? Detach. Not from desire, but from desperation. Detachment means trust. It means knowing that what you've imagined already exists as a probability, and your belief is what brings it into focus. You don't chase light, you turn on the switch. So right now, take a breath. Imagine your desire is done. Not someday, now. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the wholeness. That's the signal the universe recognizes. When you sustain that vibration longer than your old emotions of lack, the quantum field must respond. It has no choice. That's law. And when it happens, when the synchronicities start lining up, when opportunities appear out of nowhere, you'll realize something life-changing. Manifestation was never about getting what you want. It was about remembering who you are, the observer, the creator, the frequency that bends reality itself. You were never blocked by the universe. You were only ever blocked by the illusion that you weren't already connected to it. The moment you dissolve that illusion, reality stops being random. It starts becoming responsive. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Start being. Because the quantum field isn't asking, "What do you want?" It's asking, "Who are you right now?" Answer that question and everything changes. You think you've understood how manifestation works, that it's about aligning energy, feeling the emotion, and letting go. But what if I told you there's a second layer to the quantum secret, one that almost everyone misses? Because even after alignment, most people unknowingly collapse their own wave before it ever becomes reality. Let's go deeper. The moment you decide you want something, infinite versions of that reality instantly exist in the quantum field. One where you're rich. One where you're healed. One where your dream relationship already happened. They're all out there, waiting for observation, waiting for emotional focus. But here's the glitch. You keep jumping timelines without realizing it. Every doubt, every moment of fear, every "what if it doesn't work?" That's you tuning to a different version of reality. Think of your consciousness like a remote control. Each emotion is a channel. Gratitude tunes you to the channel of abundance. Anxiety, that's the channel of lack. And the universe simply plays back whatever signal you're dialed into. You don't attract what you want. You select it, moment by moment, through your vibration. Now here's where the real sabotage happens. Your brain hates uncertainty. The quantum field loves it. So the moment you step into the unknown, your survival system freaks out. It says, "Wait, this feels unsafe." Your body wants familiarity, not freedom. That's why people get close to change, then pull back. They feel the discomfort of expansion and mistake it for danger. But here's the truth. Your nervous system is the bridge between your energy and your reality. You can't manifest what your body doesn't feel safe receiving. You say you want success, but can your body handle being seen? You say you want love, but can your heart handle vulnerability? If not, the subconscious hits the brakes. It's not punishment, it's protection. The universe can't deliver what you're not prepared to sustain. So what do? You train your nervous system to feel safe in the frequency of the future. You literally practice the energy of having it. You breathe through the fear. You stay in the unknown long enough for it to feel normal. Because the moment your body relaxes into the vibration of your desire, the field locks it in. That's embodiment. Not just thinking it, but being it. Here's the crazy part. Every emotion you resist stays trapped as energy. Guilt, shame, regret. They vibrate at low frequencies, anchoring you to timelines that match them. You can visualize for hours, but if you're carrying emotional density, you're broadcasting interference. This is why forgiveness is so powerful. It clears static. It frees bandwidth. When you forgive others, you unchain your energy. When you forgive yourself, you release resistance. And the universe can finally flow through you again. But let's talk about something even deeper. The illusion of time. You keep saying, "One day I'll manifest it." But the quantum field doesn't work in one day. It works in now. Every potential reality exists simultaneously. The only thing separating you from the version of you that already has it is frequency. You don't have to chase it. You just have to match it. And here's the twist no one talks about. Your thoughts aren't the real creators. They're just the messengers. The true architect is awareness. The part of you that observes the thought, not the thought itself. When you step back and witness your fear instead of fighting it, you rise above the vibration that created it. You become untouchable. The field starts rearranging itself around your new level of consciousness. Ever wonder why some people seem to manifest effortlessly? It's not luck. It's because they stopped identifying with the one who's trying. They became the observer. They know they're not the energy moving, they are the energy. That shift wide from seeker to source is what flips the universe into cooperation. Now here's something wild. When you reach that state of awareness, you stop needing the outcome to feel complete. You stop waiting for proof, because you are the proof. And ironically, that's when everything starts showing up, because you're no longer chasing, you're magnetizing. The universe doesn't give to the desperate, it gives to the aligned. So right now, check in with yourself. Where are you still broadcasting lack? Where are you saying, "I'll believe it when I see it," instead of, "I'll see it because I believe it"? The field is responding instantly. It's just mirroring your dominant vibration. You don't need to get better at manifestation. You need to remember that you're already doing it, 24/7. Every emotion is a manifestation. Every belief is a seed. Every reaction is a creation. So the question isn't whether you can manifest. The question is, can you stay conscious enough to choose which version of reality you keep tuning into? Because the moment you realize you're the observer, the dreamer of the dream, that's when the game changes. You stop asking the universe for signs. You start being the sign. You stop hoping reality will shift. You start understanding. It already did, the moment you did. You are the frequency. You are the signal. And the quantum field has been waiting for you to remember that all along. What if I told you your manifestations aren't missing? They're waiting for you in a higher vibration. Not tomorrow, not someday. Right now. You don't have to earn them, prove yourself, or beg the universe. You just have to tune in. Because the truth is, the universe never says no. It only ever says not that frequency. Let's get real. You've done the affirmations, you've scripted, visualized, maybe even meditated for hours, but deep down, there's still this quiet tension, right? That tiny whisper saying, "What if it doesn't happen?" That whisper is powerful. Not because it's true, but because you believe it's true. Every time you give energy to that doubt, you collapse the timeline that was already forming. You literally unplug from your manifestation. The quantum field works like a mirror. Whatever vibration you hold longest becomes the reflection you live in. But most people make one fatal mistake. They keep checking the mirror. Has it shown up yet? Why isn't it here? And every time they look, they see absence and not presence. And the field obeys that focus. It magnifies what you're seeing, not what you're wanting. Here's the part almost no one understands. Your manifestation doesn't appear when you get it right. It appears when you stop fighting it wrong. The moment you stop trying to control how it happens, the field rearranges itself effortlessly. Because you finally got out of the way. The ego loves control. But the universe speaks surrender. You see, control is a signal of fear. It says, "I don't trust life to handle this." But surrender is the ultimate declaration of mastery. It says, "I already know this is done." That's when you become a true co-creator. Not because you force outcomes, but because you flow with them. You're not pushing energy. You're guiding it. You're not waiting for the path. You are the path. Now let's talk about vibration. Not the fluffy kind people throw around, but the real, measurable energy you emit. Every emotion changes your electromagnetic field. Gratitude expands it. Fear shrinks it. When you live in gratitude before the thing arrives, you create an energetic imprint so strong reality has to catch up. The emotion becomes the evidence. Here's something wild. In quantum terms, emotion is not a reaction. It's a command. When you feel joy now, your body begins to experience that timeline as real. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between imagination and experience. So if you keep generating the emotion of already having it, your biology shifts, your decisions shift, and your external world starts syncing to match that new internal frequency. But here's the paradox, and you can't fake it. The universe doesn't read words, it reads energy. Saying, "I'm happy," while feeling lack is like smiling in a mirror, hoping your reflection smiles first. It won't. You have to change inside first. That's the secret advanced manifestors understand. Emotion leads, evidence follows. Now imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and act as if everything you've ever wanted has already unfolded. You speak differently. You move differently. You carry a quiet certainty, not arrogance, certainty. That energy radiates. It changes how people respond to you, how opportunities align, how time itself bends around your decisions. Because reality is constantly adjusting to your level of conviction. Here's a truth that will shake you. Nothing comes to you. Everything emerges from you. You're not attracting from the outside, you're projecting from the inside. The moment you internalize that, you stop chasing and start commanding. Not in an ego way, in an energetic way. You realize your external life is a 3D reflection of your internal consistency. But let's take it deeper. Your old self, the one who doubts, worries, and fears, can't enter the timeline of your higher self. They vibrate on different frequencies. So every time you step into a new identity, your old patterns will try to pull you back. That resistance isn't failure. It's feedback. It's the universe asking, "Are you sure you're done being the old you?" That's when most people give up, right before the shift locks in. They misinterpret the chaos before alignment as a sign it's not working. But chaos is creation. It's energy rearranging into form. The storm always hits before the breakthrough. So when things feel uncertain, remember this. Your manifestation isn't falling apart. It's falling into place. The old timeline must disintegrate before the new one can stabilize. Don't curse the in-between. Celebrate it. Because it means you're literally rewiring your universe. The real quantum mastery is this: learning to hold faith even when logic says you shouldn't. To stay in frequency even when the world still looks the same. That's how you prove to the field that your vibration is stronger than your circumstance. And the moment your energy outweighs your doubt, boom, reality flips. So stop asking, "When will it happen?" Start asking, "Who am I being right now?" Because the quantum field isn't tracking time, it's tracking identity. The moment you become the version of you who already has it, reality has to respond. It's not philosophy. It's physics. You are not learning manifestation, you're remembering it. You've been doing it since the moment you were born. The question now isn't, can you do it? It's how consciously will you do it? Because the universe isn't holding your dreams hostage. It's holding them sacred, waiting for you to rise into the frequency where they already exist. You think you're waiting for your manifestation, but your manifestation is actually waiting for you to become the version of yourself who can hold it, live it, and not lose it. And here's the shocking part. Most people never get what they ask for. Not because they're unlucky, but because they're still tuned to the identity that doesn't have it. Let's dive in. The quantum field doesn't deliver things. It delivers matches. It doesn't care about your desires, and it cares about your vibration. You can't trick it, and you can't fake it. The frequency of fear will never attract the vibration of freedom. The energy of waiting will never call in arrival. You receive not what you want, but what you are being right now. Think of it like this. Your life is a movie, and your consciousness is the projector. Whatever film you load, your beliefs, your emotions, your self-image, that's what plays on the screen. Most people stare at the screen, begging it to change, but the projector keeps looping the same reel. You can't fix the movie by touching the screen. You have to change the film, and that's the real secret: identity shifting. You can't manifest beyond the limits of who you think you are. You can't experience abundance while secretly believing you're unworthy of it. You can't attract love while still identifying as the one who was betrayed. Your manifestations don't respond to your dreams. They respond to your self-concept. So ask yourself, who am I being when I say I want this thing? Am I acting from abundance or from lack? From trust or from fear? Because the energy you choose in that moment becomes the frequency that reality mirrors back. Here's where it gets wild. Quantum physics shows us that the observer collapses infinite possibilities into one single experience, through focus and expectation. But most people use that power unconsciously. They focus on what's missing and collapse that. They expect disappointment and collapse that. Every thought is a vote for a version of reality, and the universe counts every single one. So what if, instead of reacting to life, you started observing it differently? Not judging, not fearing, just watching, from awareness. The moment you become the observer instead of the reactor, your vibration rises. You step out of survival frequency and into creation frequency. You stop saying, "Why me?" and start saying, "Of course me." That single shift changes everything. But here's the part no one tells you. Expansion isn't comfortable. When you raise your frequency, everything that doesn't match it will start falling away. People, habits, beliefs, gone. And it hurts, because your old self dies in the process. But that's not destruction. That's evolution. The universe isn't taking things from you. It's clearing space for the next version of you to breathe. Every loss is just a vibrational mismatch leaving your field. Every delay is divine calibration. Every setback is the universe asking, "Are you ready to choose differently this time?" But here's the crazy paradox. The moment you stop chasing, everything starts chasing you. When you detach from outcome, your energy becomes magnetic, because detachment isn't giving up. It's saying, "I already have it in the field. I'm just aligning in time." That confidence sends shockwaves through the quantum grid. The field bends towards certainty. Now let's talk about the science behind this magic. When you visualize something with emotion, your brain releases the same chemicals as if it's already happened. Your neural pathways rewire. Your nervous system adjusts. Your body begins to live the new reality. And since your body is a quantum antenna, the field mirrors that frequency back into form. That's why consistent emotion is key. If you spend 5 minutes visualizing abundance but the rest of your day worrying about bills, you're broadcasting interference. The field doesn't hear your intentions. It hears your dominant vibration. So the real practice is emotional consistency. Training yourself to stay in the frequency of already done long enough for the field to reflect it back. That's not delusion. That's energetic discipline. Now here's a mind-bending truth. Your manifestation already exists. You don't have to create it. You just have to remember it. Time doesn't move forward. It expands around consciousness. That means every possible version of your life is happening simultaneously, and your frequency decides which one you experience. You're not manifesting from scratch. You're tuning in like a radio dial. So when you say it's not here yet, the field says, "Okay, not here yet." But when you say it's done, the field says, "As you wish." The universe isn't testing you. It's imitating you. Right now, you're standing in the doorway between the version of you who's waiting and the version of you who's receiving. The only difference between them is frequency. One vibrates in uncertainty, the other in embodiment. So, which one are you choosing to be? Because the moment you decide to live as if it's already yours, not pretend, not hope, but embody, you pull that reality out of the quantum field and into the physical world. That's the final layer of the quantum secret. You don't attract what you think. You don't even attract what you feel. You attract what you believe yourself to be. You are the signal. You are the field. You are the observer collapsing light into form. And the universe? It's not holding anything back, it's just waiting for you to remember that you were never separate from your creation. You are the creation. Here's the truth no one tells you. Once you understand the quantum secret, your life doesn't instantly become easy. It becomes real. Because now, the universe stops protecting your illusions and starts revealing your truth. And that truth? It can shake you. It can strip away every excuse, every false identity, every comfort zone you've ever built to feel safe. But that's exactly what evolution feels like. Clarity disguised as chaos. You wanted manifestation. The universe wants transformation. Because without transformation, your energy can't sustain the frequency of what you asked for. You can't just get the dream. You have to become the version of you who naturally lives it. And that process, it's not for the faint-hearted. Let's go deeper. The quantum field responds to coherence, a perfect harmony between thought, emotion, and action. But most people live in contradiction. They think one thing, feel another, and act in the opposite direction. They say, "I trust the universe," then panic when nothing happens. They affirm abundance but vibrate with worry. That energetic split sends mixed signals into the field, and mixed signals create static. You're not being punished when things don't manifest, you're just out of tune. Here's the wild part. You've been trained your whole life to chase outcomes, not alignment. Society teaches you to do more, not be more. But the quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energetic integrity. When what you think, feel, and do finally match, you enter what scientists call coherence. And coherence is creation. It's the doorway through which infinite potential becomes physical. But coherence requires emotional mastery, and that's where most people fall apart. Because emotions are the true currency of the universe, not time, not effort, not even belief. Emotion is energy in motion. Every emotion you hold long enough becomes magnetism. Fear magnetizes more fear. Gratitude magnetizes miracles. You're never not manifesting. You're just manifesting according to your dominant emotional frequency. So here's the challenge. Can you stay emotionally coherent when reality still looks the same? Can you hold faith while your senses scream otherwise? Because that's the test, not from the universe, but from your own vibration. When you react to appearances, you reset your frequency to the old timeline. But when you respond from awareness, calm, grounded, trusting, you stabilize the new one. Reality has no choice but to reorganize around that consistency. Now let's talk about something no one likes to admit. Self-sabotage is quantum too. Every time you say, "This is too good to be true," you collapse the wave of potential back into limitation. Every "I can't," "it's not working," or maybe later, sends an energetic command into the field that says, "Stay where I am." The universe doesn't argue. It obeys. It's your mirror, not your manager. But here's the good news. Awareness alone starts changing the signal. When you see the pattern, you stop being the pattern. Observation collapses it. That's why meditation, stillness, and reflection are so powerful. They help you become the observer again, the one who commands, not reacts. And when you reach that state, something magical happens. Manifestation stops feeling like effort. It becomes a rhythm, a dance between your energy and the field. You stop trying to control outcomes, and you start following the flow of synchronicities, those tiny cosmic winks that say, "You're on the right track." Here's where the real mastery begins, learning to move through contrast with grace. Every delay, every detour, every challenge is data, not punishment. The universe is never saying no, it's saying, "Not aligned yet." Instead of asking, "Why isn't it here?" start asking, "What is this moment teaching my frequency?" Because here's the ultimate quantum truth. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening from you. Every person you meet, every opportunity you attract, every setback you face, it's all feedback from your vibration. You are the projector, remember? The external world is just the hologram of your internal state. But here's the beautiful part. You can change it anytime. You can rewrite the code in real time. One decision, One breath, one new thought of possibility, and the entire simulation begins to adjust. That's how powerful you are. That's how responsive the universe is. And when you finally get this, not just intellectually but energetically, something clicks. You stop doubting, stop waiting, stop chasing. You become a calm storm of certainty. You walk through life knowing that everything is already working through you, not for you. And in that vibration, everything flows. Money, love, peace, synchronicity. They're not rewards, they're reflections. So here's the final message. You don't need to manifest your future. You need to remember it. It already exists, encoded in the quantum field, vibrating at the frequency of your highest self. You don't chase it, you rise to meet it. The universe isn't a genie. It's a mirror. It doesn't grant wishes. It grants reflections. And every moment, with every thought, every breath, every emotion, you're teaching it who you are. So teach it well, because the quantum secret was never about bending reality to your will. It's about becoming so aligned, so coherent, so certain, that reality has no choice but to bend toward you. Here's where most people stop. Right when the universe starts moving. They think nothing's happening, but behind the scenes, reality is rearranging itself with surgical precision. The old energy is dissolving. The new frequency is downloading. But because the physical hasn't caught up yet, they panic. They pull their signal too early, and in that moment, the manifestation freezes.
But what if you didn't pull back this time? What if, instead of doubting, you held the frequency? Because that's when the quantum field starts revealing its real power, when you stay consistent long enough for energy to crystallize into matter. Let's break this down. You are both the sender and the receiver in this cosmic network. The signal you send, your belief, emotion, and expectation, doesn't vanish into space. It circles back through experiences that match your vibration. So every delay, every challenge, every repeating situation isn't failure, it's feedback. The universe saying, this is still active in your field, transmute it. Most people see that feedback and react with frustration. But the master smiles. The master understands. This is the residue of my old frequency leaving my system. The moment you bless what used to trigger you, you graduate from it. You literally collapse that vibration's existence in your timeline. Here's the paradox. The stronger your new frequency gets, the more your old one fights back. The ego panics when it's losing control. It whispers, this isn't working, right when you're about to break through. And that's why awareness is everything. Awareness isn't passive, it's a weapon. The second you see the illusion, you disarm it. Now think about the field itself. It's neutral, infinite, unbothered. It doesn't play favorites. It's not emotional. It's mathematical. You give it coherence. It gives you form. You give it chaos. It gives you confusion. That's why self-mastery is the ultimate manifestation skill. You're not controlling reality. You're refining your signal. Your job isn't to hustle. Your job is to tune. And tuning means mastering two forces, attention and emotion. Attention is the lens. Emotion is the amplifier. Together, they collapse infinite potential into physical experience. When your focus and feeling align on one possibility long enough, probability turns into evidence.
So the question is, what are you amplifying right now? Worry, doubt, impatience, or faith, love, gratitude? Because the quantum field is listening, always. But here's the advanced secret. Sometimes the universe withholds your manifestation to protect its integrity. If you receive too early, before your nervous system can stabilize the frequency, it will slip away. That's not punishment. That's precision. The field waits for emotional maturity. It waits until your vibration isn't temporary. It's embodied. That's why nothing real can ever be lost. Once it's aligned with your frequency, it's yours, whether or not it's visible yet. The seen is only the slow echo of the unseen. Now let's talk about reality bending. Yes, it's real. Every time you shift your inner state radically, the outer world must update. Not metaphorically, literally. You'll start noticing tiny cracks in the matrix, strangers saying what you were just thinking. Opportunities aligning perfectly. Impossible coincidences stacking up. Those aren't random. They're evidence that your signal is being mirrored back faster than ever. But here's where you have to stay calm. Because when timelines shift, the old world can glitch. Things might fall apart, people may disappear, emotions may surge. Don't chase stability. You're not losing control. You're changing universes. Remember this. Manifestation isn't about creating new things. It's about shifting into the version of reality where they already exist. Infinite versions of you already live out every possible outcome. You don't build the path. You align to the one that's already built. You do that by embodying its vibration, consistently, unapologetically, until it becomes your natural state. And that's when the universe bows to your energy, not because it's impressed, but because it recognizes itself in you. You and the field are not separate. You are the same consciousness, playing both sides of creation, the dreamer and the dream. So what do you do now? You live as if. You breathe as if. You speak as if. You stop waiting for proof and start becoming proof. Because the quantum field doesn't follow time. It follows truth. And when your truth is unshakable, matter rearranges itself to reflect it. There will come a moment, it might be tomorrow or it might be a quiet morning months from now, when you'll realize something powerful. You didn't get your manifestation, you became it. And when that happens, you'll laugh, because you'll finally see that the universe was never testing you. It was training you to hold the frequency of your own divinity without flinching. So here's your invitation. Stop searching for signs and become the sign. Stop asking for alignment and embody alignment. Stop waiting for miracles and realize you are the miracle the universe has been trying to remember. Because when consciousness remembers itself, creation becomes effortless. That's the ultimate quantum secret. Let's go even deeper, because this is where the illusion ends. By now you've felt it. That strange calm that comes when you stop chasing. The moment when you no longer need the manifestation to happen, because you've already become the version of you who has it. That's not surrender. That's alignment. The universe can't deliver through desperation. It can only flow through coherence. Every great teacher, from mystics to quantum physicists, hinted at the same truth. Reality is a mirror of consciousness. Not metaphorically, literally. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And once you deeply understand that, your whole life stops being a battle and becomes a reflection. Here's the real secret they never tell you. The manifestation journey isn't about learning how to create reality. It's about remembering that you already are reality. Every vibration, every thought, every emotion you've ever had, all of it exists inside the same unified field that you came from. You are not inside the universe is inside you. And when you really feel that, not just say it, not just think it, but feel it in your chest, in your breath, in your silence, you begin to move differently. You stop reacting. You start responding. You don't push energy anymore. You invite it. The more you expand, the softer you become. The more powerful you get, the calmer your presence feels. Because true power doesn't shout. It vibrates quietly, but everything around it rearranges to match. So here's how it ends, or rather, how it begins. Wake up tomorrow, and don't chase frequency. Be it. Don't visualize to get something. Visualize to remember who you already are. Don't ask for the universe to prove itself. Prove yourself to the universe by holding your energy, no matter what's happening around you. Because in that steadiness, in that quiet, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start noticing that reality isn't happening to you anymore. It's happening through you. Every coincidence becomes communication. Every delay becomes divine timing. Every loss becomes realignment. That's the shift from manifestation to creation, from asking to commanding with love. So when the next wave of doubt comes, smile at it, whisper to it, I see you, but I'm staying tuned. Because reality can only follow one master frequency, the one you choose to hold. And when you hold it long enough, when your mind, body, and soul speak the same vibration, the quantum field has no choice. It bends, it shapes, it delivers. Not because you forced it, but because it recognized you as one of its own. You are not learning to manifest. You are remembering how to become the field itself. And that is the moment the universe finally stops whispering back. Because it realizes it was you speaking all along.